Hello there and welcome to this week tutorial. In this week tutorial, we'll be creating a sidebar navigation. I can see right here that will slide away and then slide right back out. Let me show you how it works. As I click this icon right here, you will see slide away. When I click again, it slide back out. So this is what we'll be creating in this tutorial. So without further ado, let's get started. Okay, welcome back. My name is Marius, and on this channel I create web design and development tutorial every Wednesday. So if that's something that interests you, be sure to subscribe and hit on bell notification icon. So next time I release a new video, you'll be notified. So without further ado, let's get started. So I have my code editor open. I'll be using Visual Studio Code. I have the HTML and I have a folder with the JavaScript. And I have the image folder, one image, and I had a CSS folder, a CSS file. This is my HTML boilerplate. I link to the CSS right here, which only have few declaration right here. We go over it when we start styling this project, and then the JavaScript is empty, which I leave it. I link it right here. So without further ado, like I said, also I'm gonna be using an extension in Visual Studio Code called Live Server to open up my preview right here, as you can see right here. So without further ado, let's get started. So let's see the final project. We have like the logo right here, a button, and a menu icon right here. That when we click, our menu item shows up. We click away, it goes away again. So let's do that right now. And we had this also hero session. So first I will create a header. Use the header element with the class called header. So I'll put a period in header again. This will create a header element with a class called header. Press enter or tab. You can see you create this right here. So make sure you have that. I go down, make some space, and inside here I will create a container. Inside of the container I will use the nav element with a class called header nav. Inside here I create a div called header logo with class header logo, and then we hold the logo. I will just use word for C food, and after this one I create an order list with a class called header nav items, and I will give it an ID right here called menu. We use this ID inside the JavaScript. And inside here I create an li. Inside of an anchor element I will leave the href empty, and between here I will put home. Now I need to duplicate this one 3 times. In Visual Studio Code you can hold Shift Alt and a down arrow key, and I will duplicate it. 1, 2, 3. This will be about, and this right here will be blog, and the last one will be contact. After the URL element down here I create a div with a class called header extra. Inside here that's where we're going to put our button and the menu icon. So here I'll create a div with a class called CTA, which stands for call to action. Inside of an anchor element with a class called button, I will leave again the href empty, and between the A right here I put order online, and then after this right here I create another div with a class called header toggle menu. Inside of here I will create, let me go down so you can see, I'll create another, I'll use the button element with the class called toggle menu, and then give it another ID called toggle menu. Inside here I'll use a span element with a class called line. I will duplicate this again, shift alt down arrow key 1 2 3. This right here we use it to create this right here. So that's it for the header. So make sure you have the header element with a class header and a container, and a nav element with a class header nav. Inside of here we have the logo, the UL that hold the menu items, and after the UL we had a header extra that hold the CTA and a toggle menu. And for the menu item for the first one, the li, give it the class called active. I save that. You can see we have it right here. Now there's no CSS to it yet. So let's go down. I will collapse this. So make some space. I did a session element with a class called hero, and that's it. That's it for the HTML. Now let's get started on the CSS. So we had the HTML custom. Sorry, we had a CSS custom variable right here. I have different two color of white. This like a very light gray, and this is the primary color. I'm going to add two more colors. I'm going to grab it from other screen real quickly. These are the two other colors that I added, dark blue and darker blue, these two. Now I had a universal selector that select everything. I remove the padding and the margin, set the back size into border backs, so the padding are added inside. And then inside the HTML I set our root font size to be 10 pixels because I'm going to be using RAM. So if the RAM is a relative, the root element, which is the HTML, so one RAM will be 10 pixels. And then I use a Roboto for my font family. I have it installed on my computer already, so I don't have to import it from Google font site. And I set our font size to be 1.6 RAM, so 16 pixels. And this is my container right here. That's why it's holding this right here. It to be 80%, and I will remove the margin to be 0, just auto. Then we have this because we want the margin that's given some space on that before 0 auto. So now let's get styling. So I'll go down few line, write the comments called header styling. Now first we grab our header class. I'll set the width to be 100%. We come back to this again because I want to make it fix. But let's style everything first, and then we will come back to it here again. After this, we're gonna start styling the header nav. So that's the nav element with a class header nav. I will set display to be flex. As you can see, now they are stacked next to each other. Now I want them to be spread out right here evenly. So I will say justify content to be space between. As you can see, now they are equally spaced out. I will set the inline item to be center. Watch what happen when I set it to center. You can see now we are center inside of the header. And I'll give it some padding. So padding, top and bottom to be 1.5 rem. So that's 15 pixel. Left and right to be 0. So we got some space right here. After this, as you can see, we had the li, we had the bullets, and the anchor element had the underline. So let's take care of that, remove that. So I'm gonna say header li. We select every li inside of our header element. We say the list style to be none. Save it. As you can see, remove. Now we get ready get rid of the underline for the anchor element. So I'm just gonna copy this real quickly. So it's gonna be A, the anchor element, and then the property text decoration. It's gonna be none. I save it. As you can see, it disappeared. Now let's take care of the logo. So add a header logo. I say font size to be 3 rem, so 30 pixel. Say text transform to be uppercase, as you can see right here. Says and leave it like that for now. Now we go down. Now we're gonna focus on this. We will get back to this later. Right now, let's focus on this one right here, the button, all of that. So say my header extra. Also display that to be flex, align item to be center, as you can see right here. Now left side of button right here. So it had a class button, so button. I say display inline block. I set padding to be 1.5 rem, top and bottom, and 3.5 rem left and right. Save it. You can see it shift a little bit. So we're gonna give it some background color so you can see. Say background color to be the variable. So to be the variable, custom variables is the var keyword and specify the name. So I'll use the primary right here. I save it. As you can see right here. So let's change the actual the text color. To do that, we use the color. See the var again. Is the off-white. Save it. Now we have our button right here. Now let's take care of the menu icon right here that we can click. So with that, we are right here. 1 second. Now we're gonna grab this. So I'm gonna copy this real quickly. Come down here. Then I'm gonna grab the toggle menu inside of here. So I'm grabbing this one that's inside here. This one. That's what I'm doing right here. So with that, it says width to be 5 rem, height also to be 5 rem. The cursor to be pointer. I remove outline to be none. I remove the border. By default, the button element has border to it, so I'm removing it to be 0. And I say border radius. No, not border radius. Background color to be transparent. Otherwise, I have like a gray background color. And then I will set position to be relative. So you really don't see anything here for now, but we will add a line inside of it so you can see what's happening. So right here, see the toggle menu, and then we grab the line inside of it that is span with a line class. So as a position, position to be absolute. That's why we had to set this one's parent to be relative. It says width to be 80% of its parent width. It says height to be 0.3 rem, so 3 pixels. Say the background color to be the primary. I say this, you can see right here. Let me put some border around the button so you can see where everything's located. So let me just say border 1 pixel solid. So you can see the line is outside of it, so we need to bring it in the middle, from the top and from the left side to the middle. So for that, I will set the top to be 50% and left to be 50%. Save that. Nothing really changes. So we say transform, translate -50% and -50%. We save it. Now you can see, now it's right in the middle on the x-axis and the y-axis. With that out of the way, now you can see all the 3 span elements are stacked on top of each other. So what we will do instead is target the first element and the last one to position them. So that's gonna be simple. So I'm just gonna grab this right here and use the N gyro selector and put 1. So I'm gonna select the first one, and that we use our top to be 0.8 rem, and then now we change the transform. So let me just grab this one. Transform coming -50% and this one gonna be 0. Save it. You can see the first one right here. Now let's do it for this one right here. So I'm gonna grab this again. So I say 3 for the third. So instead of tap to be 0.8, it's gonna be auto. We want to position this on the bottom. So I say bottom 0.8 rem, and the transform will remain the same. So let's save this, as you can see right here. Now let's add some margin right here, and then remove the border right here. So first, let me remove the border right here. So border back to 0, and the button I will add a margin that right 5 rem. and that's it, as you can see right here. Oh, sorry, for this one the height is 4 rem, not 5. There you go, so it's 5 rem. So with that out of the way, now let's focus on this right now, this one. So let's do that for this. So I had a class wrapper inside a header nav item. So we say header dash nav items. So with this, we set position to be fixed, the top to be 0, left to be 0, bottom to be 0, set width to be 30 rem, that's 300 pixel, background color to be the dark blue, so var dark blue. I save this so you can see what we're doing. So we have it right here. Now let's add some padding on the top and the bottom. So we have padding, 4 rem, top and bottom is 0, left and right. I set a Z index to be 12. Save this. As you can see, we don't have padding right here. Now let's face this one because you can't really see it. So we grab the A, the anchor element for this. So we say the header nav, nav item li a, it says padding to be 1.2 rem top and bottom and 2 rem left and right. Save this. It says font size to be 2.5 rem. Let's change color. Say color with the off white. So it's a var. Save it. I can see. Now you can see the padding is added left and right, but now top and bottom. Also, as you can see, it's not stretched. I want it to be all the way here. So when you put your mouse over here, it can be clickable right here. But right now it's not clickable. Only clickable only right here. Outside here is not there. So we're gonna set display to be block. So it's gonna be 100%. It's width, parent width. So now you can see. Stretch all the way over here. Now we need to add a hover effect here. So when you put your mouse over it, can change a little bit. So we're gonna do, grab this one. Say hover. It's going to be background color and a darker blue. Save it and let's see. As you can see, but let add a little transition so it's not as fast. So right here I will say transition I provide a property we want to do, so we give it the background color is the duration 0.3 second and the timing function is in and out. So let's try that again. Now it's much nicer this way. And you can remember right here we gave the first li active to show that this is the active element. So we want to be the same thing here too. So I'm going to copy this. Yeah, so we're going to say li where the class are active and the a inside of it, we get the same styling. So I save this, as you can see right here. So that's the menu. Now, as you can see right here, when we refresh it, the menu is not here, but once we click it, it comes. When we click, it goes. But right here is still staying right here, so we need to hide it. So we go back right here, we see transform, translate, x, goes on the x-axis, negative 100%. Save this, it disappears. So we add some transition to this to be the transform 0.3 second is and out. And then once our header nav item had the class, active, we want to do the transform also. I'll grab this, but this time it's gonna be 0. So I'm gonna bring it back. We're gonna use the JavaScript to do this. Now that I take care of this hero session, it's gonna be very simple. So I'm gonna go back down here, say hero section styling, and grab the hero. First I will set width to be 100%, and then we add a background image. But you can see there's a color that is overlaying it. There's a color down top of it. So I'm gonna say background image. This image, I'm gonna say linear gradient, and then I'm gonna use RGBA, red, green, blue, and alpha. Alpha is their transparency. So this is the color I'm gonna be using. This one right here. So if I duplicate this, put my mouse over it, in Visual Studio it gave me this color picker. You can see if I click here, I can change it, and this is the one that I'm looking for, this one right here. So I'm gonna grab this number right here, all of this, the red, the green, and the blue. I come back down here, I'm gonna paste it right here, and then I need one more, the alpha, the transparency. Let me make my a little bit bigger right here, full 0.7. Now I need another one, so I'm gonna copy this. Sorry. And after that, I'm gonna put the URL, go inside our image right here to cut the image. Now we are right here, so we need to get out this CSS folder with that do that backslash. So now we are outside of the CSS folder, so we can go inside the image folder and find our image right here. I save it. You see nothing happens right here because there's no contents, it has no height. So first let me do a few things. Set up background, position to be center. Now background repeat to be no repeat, and then background size to be cover. Save it. Again, nothing happens. Now it says height to be 100. Viewport height selected up 100% of screen height right here. All the screen you can see right here. That of viewport. The amount of space you can see without how to scroll the viewport. So I can save this. Now you can see. Now you have to scroll because this header right here, this height or the header is added to this. So what we can do, and we can push this one up. But remember, I say I'm going to make the header fixed. So let's do that. So I'll go back up right here, all the way up right here. Header right here. I set position to be fixed. I set tab 0, left 0. I save it. I can see. Now let's change this color for the logo. Add a logo color. Var off-white. Save it. Now we have our logo color. Now that's it for the CSS. Now let's move to the JavaScript to make this one work. Add the interactivity. So close this one. That's great. And let's grab the button right here. So let's create a constant. Toggle button document tag query selector, and remember it's an ID. Come back right here. We got this ID right here. So I'm gonna grab this one. Also remember our menu have also an ID called menu, so we're gonna be grabbing that too also here. So make sure put our hash first. I'm gonna create another constant. I'm gonna just duplicate this one called menu, and the ID is just menu. Now we're gonna add a click event listener to this button. So let's go down here, go to toggle button, add event listener, and it's gonna be the click. Create an arrow function. Once we click this one, we want to grab the menu that says class list, and then gonna toggle the class active. Save this. Now let's try. Click, it shows. Click, it goes away. Click, shows. Click, it goes away. What our toggle class is doing, if once we click this, we're gonna check if the menu class has toggle. Sorry, if the menu class has active, it will remove the active class. If it does not, it will add the active class. So actually, let me show it to you. I'll right click here to choose inspect. I'll bring this one to actually, let me reset this a little bit so you can see. Right now you can see it had the active class right here. You can see right here. When I click this, it's removed. When I click again, active. So this is what this line is doing. So if you want to see the whole thing, you can just, another way to do it, you can do it like this. If menu the class list that contains active the menu the class list that remove active, else just grab this again. in this case we may add. So what we're doing is say if the menu class list, so this will access all the classes that the element has, this case the menu, and we check if it has the active class. So if it contains the active class, then we're gonna remove it, so we're gonna hide it away. Else if it doesn't have the active class, then we're gonna add it to this menu. So let's say this and gonna see again, same thing. See, add it, remove it, add it, remove it. So this and this are doing the same thing. It's up to you which one you want to use. For this tutorial, I will use this one. So you can see when click, a hide, show, hide, show, hide. So that's it for this week tutorial. I really hope you like it. If I have any question, please be sure to leave them in the comment section below. If you haven't done also, I would really appreciate it if you like and subscribe, hit the bell notification icon. So next week you'll be notified when I release new tutorial. Thank you for watching and have a great one. Bye.